Hello, and welcome back to the channel. I want to start our conversation today by asking you a simple, yet perhaps very unsettling question. Have you ever been on the receiving end of a phone call that just froze you? You know the feeling, that sudden, cold fear that shoots straight to your stomach, telling you that something is terribly, personally wrong? Maybe the caller ID said U.S. Treasury, or perhaps the voice on the other end was stern, authoritative, and demanded your immediate attention. They might have used words like warrant, arrest, suspension of benefits, or even fraud investigation. That moment of panic is exactly what they are counting on. It's an unfortunate truth that as we get older, we become prime targets for a specific, vicious type of fraud known as the government imposter scam. Now, I know you are all smart, capable people who have lived through decades of change and challenge, but these scams work not because we are foolish, but because they expertly exploit two things we care deeply about: our financial security and our respect for authority. The crooks who run these operations, and they are run like professional businesses, know exactly how to use fear and urgency to bypass your common sense. They know we rely on Medicare, Social Security, and our pensions, and they use the threat of losing those things to steal our savings. Today, we are going to fight back. We're going to spend some time together breaking down these most common and most dangerous imposter scams. We're going to focus on how they operate, the sneaky language they use, and, most importantly, the three simple, ironclad rules you must follow every single time to protect your peace of mind and your hard-earned money. By the time we finish this discussion, I want you to feel empowered and confident enough to hang up the phone on these criminals without a second thought. We're going to start right now by looking at the very first and most persistent threat, the Social Security Administration imposter scam. This one is particularly cruel because it strikes at the heart of the benefits many of us depend on. The setup usually begins with a phone call, though sometimes it can be an official-looking email. The caller ID is often spoofed, meaning it looks like it's coming from a legitimate government phone number, maybe even one you recognize. The voice on the other end will sound serious, maybe even aggressive. They might claim that your Social Security number has been compromised or used in connection with a crime, perhaps drug trafficking or money laundering, something dramatic and frightening. Their main goal is to terrify you into believing your monthly benefit payments are about to be cut off, or worse, that a warrant has been issued for your arrest. Now, here is the absolutely crucial thing you must remember, the first of our ironclad rules: the Social Security Administration will never, ever call you out of the blue to threaten your benefits or arrest you. Never. If they need to contact you about a problem with your benefits, they will almost always do so by sending an official letter through the mail. Think about that for a second. These are large government agencies. Their official communication protocol is based on paper trails, not terrifying cold calls. So, if you get this call, and they start rattling off threats about suspending your payments or demanding your personal information right then and there to fix the problem, your mind should immediately scream scam. They might even try to confirm your details. They'll say, "I just need the last 4 digits of your Social Security number to verify your identity." And once they get a little piece of information, they'll push for more, claiming they need your bank details to send you a new, secure payment. Resist that urge to be helpful or polite. That leads us directly to the second massive threat, which often works in conjunction with the first, the Internal Revenue Service, or IRS, imposter scam. If the Social Security scam uses the threat of losing income, the IRS scam uses the threat of huge debt or legal action. You might get a call from someone claiming to be an IRS agent, often during tax season, but honestly, they pull this one year-round. They will claim you owe thousands of dollars in back taxes, and if you don't pay immediately, you will face huge fines, property seizure, or even jail time. The language is always high pressure and aggressive. This scam preys on the natural anxiety most of us feel about taxes and the government. They know that hearing the words IRS is enough to make many people panic and lose their footing. But here is your second ironclad rule: the IRS will never initiate contact with taxpayers via phone, email, or social media to demand immediate payment or threaten legal action. Just like the Social Security Administration, the IRS starts its communication process with an official, written notice sent through the U.S. Postal Service. You will always have the opportunity to question or appeal the amount you supposedly owe. No legitimate IRS agent will call you up and demand that you go buy gift cards right now to pay off your debt. Which, by the way, leads us to the biggest and most important red flag of all. Now that we've covered the two most common phone scams involving Social Security and the IRS, we need to focus on the absolute, non-negotiable dead giveaway that you are speaking to a criminal, not a government employee. This is the third and most important rule, which we'll dive into right after this. And this rule is, no government agency, under any circumstance, will ever demand immediate payment using unusual or untraceable methods like gift cards, wire transfers, or cryptocurrency. Think about that. If an organization like the Social Security Administration or the Internal Revenue Service needs money, they have established, verifiable, and highly secure payment systems. They accept checks, bank drafts, or electronic payments through their official, dedicated government websites. They do not accept Apple gift cards, Google Play cards, or any other kind of retail gift card. The moment a caller demands that you drive to a grocery store or pharmacy to purchase a stack of these cards and then read the numbers off the back of them over the phone, you are 100% talking to a thief. That is the moment you must hang up. This is a crucial distinction because the scammers use the gift card request as the final emotional pressure point. They rush you, they keep you on the phone while you are driving or standing in line, preventing you from thinking clearly or asking for help. They want to exploit your confusion and fear while you are performing the transaction. So, let's recap those 3 ironclad rules that protect you from nearly every government imposter scam. Rule 1. Government agencies will never threaten you with immediate arrest or benefit suspension over the phone. Rule 2. They will always initiate contact with a formal letter via mail. And Rule 3. They will never, ever demand payment through gift cards, wire transfers, or cryptocurrency. Knowing these 3 things gives you the power to disconnect and protect yourself immediately. Now that we understand the core mechanics of the phone threat, let's talk about a growing and particularly vicious version of this scam that uses fear of healthcare loss, the Medicare/Medicaid fraud scam. This one hits especially close to home for our age group because it directly involves our medical care. These scammers typically call and claim there's a problem with your Medicare account. They might say that your coverage is about to expire, that you are due a new, updated card, or that they need to confirm your details to send you a refund for overpaid services. Their goal here is not usually an immediate demand for gift cards, although that can happen. Instead, their primary goal is to steal your Medicare number and your Social Security number. Remember, your Medicare ID is your Social Security number followed by a letter or 2. This is gold for identity thieves. Once they have your number, they can bill Medicare for services you never received, things like durable medical equipment, mobility aids, or even expensive medical procedures. They steal from the government, and you, the victim, are left dealing with mountains of fraudulent paperwork, possibly having your own genuine claims delayed or rejected because your benefits appear to have been used up. To fight this particular scam, you need to understand how the system actually works. Medicare will almost never call you to update or verify your information. If you get a call like this, the first thing you should do is simply refuse to confirm any information they read to you. Do not say yes or no to the full number they might recite. Instead, simply say, "Thank you, but I will call Medicare back directly on their official number." This brings up another fantastic protective technique, the reverse call strategy. If anyone claiming to be from the government calls you, whether it's the SSA, the IRS, or Medicare, always hang up the phone. Don't engage. Then, find the official government phone number yourself. Do not use a number the caller gave you. Look it up on the official government website, like ssa.gov or irs.gov, or on the back of your official correspondence. Then, you call them back. If the agency truly needed to reach you, they will have a record of it when you call their main, verifiable line. Most of the time, they won't, because the original call was just a scammer operating from another country. This simple act of hanging up and calling back on a number you verified puts you back in complete control. It takes the sense of urgency away from the criminal and gives your rational mind time to operate. It's a pause button for panic, and it works every time. We've covered the major phone threats, but what happens when the scammer uses the computer? Our technology has become so important for staying connected, but it has also created a new hunting ground for these imposters. Next, we're going to dive into the particularly nasty tech support scam, where the criminal pretends to be from a company like Microsoft or Apple, but their ultimate goal is still to access your financial information and savings. Next, we're going to dive into the particularly nasty tech support scam, where the criminal pretends to be from a company like Microsoft or Apple, but their ultimate goal is still to access your financial information and savings. The tech support scam often starts in one of two ways. The first is a pop-up on your computer screen, a big, scary warning that flashes a number and tells you your machine is infected with a massive virus, and you must call the number immediately to prevent data loss. The second is the dreaded cold call, where someone with a foreign accent claims to be from the Windows security department and says they detected malicious activity coming from your computer. Either way, they create instant panic and claim your life savings are at risk if you don't let them remote into your computer right now. Once they trick you into granting them remote access, they pretend to fix the problem, showing you confusing code and error messages that look official but are meaningless. The scam ends when they claim the fix costs hundreds of dollars, and since they already have access to your screen, they try to guide you through logging into your bank account to pay the fee. Sometimes, they'll even tell you they mistakenly refunded you too much money, say, $5,000 instead of $500, and demand you send the difference back immediately via a wire transfer. This is a clever twist, making the victim feel like they are the one who owes money and needs to hurry. To protect yourself from this, remember two simple truths. First, neither Microsoft, nor Apple, nor any major tech company will ever call you out of the blue to warn you about a virus. They simply don't operate that way. If they need to communicate, they will send a secure message or update directly to your computer system. Second, never, under any circumstances, allow an unverified third party to remotely access your computer, especially if they initiated the contact. If you suspect a problem, ask a trusted, tech-savvy family member to look at it, or take your computer to a local, verified repair shop. That simple action cuts the criminal off completely. We've covered the phone threats from the IRS and SSA, the pressure of Medicare fraud, and the digital danger of tech support scams. All of these frauds, whether they use the phone or the computer, share one single, dark goal: to separate you from your money, your security, and your independence. But the greatest protection we have is not a government program or a piece of software. It's our knowledge, our calm reaction, and our willingness to hang up and verify. Remember the 3 golden rules we discussed earlier. If a caller violates even one of them, if they threaten immediate arrest, refuse to send you a letter, or demand a gift card, you have all the information you need to know they are a criminal. You have permission to be rude, to hang up the phone, and to prioritize your financial safety over politeness. If you have fallen victim to one of these scams, please know that you are not alone, and it is not your fault. These criminals are sophisticated, and they are masters of manipulation. The most important step now is to report it. Call your local police immediately, contact your bank to secure your accounts, and file a report with the Federal Trade Commission, FTC. Sharing your story, even if it feels embarrassing, is the best way to help stop these people from hurting others. The confidence and independence you've worked so hard for over the years is priceless. You deserve to enjoy your retirement without the fear of a ringing phone. Carry the knowledge from today with you. You are empowered, you are protected by your own awareness, and you are always in control of your own finances. I want to thank you so much for joining me today for this important discussion. If you found this information helpful, please let me know by hitting the like button down below. It really helps our channel reach more people who need to hear this message. Also, share your experience or any scam call examples you've received in the comments. Your stories help others learn and stay safe. And if you want more practical advice to boost your health, wellness, and independence, be sure to subscribe and hit that notification bell. Here's to living your best life, safely and securely, at any age. I'll see you in the next video.